Hello, LionxPanda Safari, and welcome to our channel. Today is LionxPanda's 50th Monthversary, as you can see, and became boyfriends on December 24th, 2016, Christmas Eve. So in the background, we will have all these full collage montage of our 50 plus dates along the past 50 months that we became official boyfriends. Enjoy! And in the meantime, with the voice vocal sound on, I am going to do something I rarely do. So Leo the Loyal Panda, one of his 5 love languages that he emphasized and prioritized is words of affirmation. So this is what this GIF is all about. I'm going to do 50 confessions of love or 50 reasons why, LionxPanda are still together and why the panda loves the lion despite our ups and downs. What couple doesn't have ups and downs? But let's start off with number 1. Our personality are very complementary. I tend to get emotional. I'm kind of dramatic. They're in your face. I love colors and, cute stuff, flowers. I'm pretty loud. But he's like mellow, calm, in the background, pleasant. You might remember him, you might not. But either way, we're very complimentary. Number 2, board games, from Exploding Kittens to Code Names to Martian Flux to Monopoly or Scrabble. We have friends who meet just to make games and board games. Or now we have Pictionary, or last week we had bingo. But we have all these cool games, activity that we can do together and bond. We also do number 3, which is walks and hikes. You can check out all our videos. We do that every week. For fresh air, we do 6,000 to 10,000 steps, and something to do to bond and talk and be healthy at the same time. We also have a lot of movies that we share that we enjoy, like Sound of Music, Wonder Woman, Wizard of Oz, the Harry Potter series, the Avengers, superheroes, rom-com comedy. And it's cool that we met at number 5, a karaoke place, and there we sang our hearts out. We're not good singers, but we both enjoy karaoke, so that has to be included in our wedding. Number 6, of course, is his parents. They're so loving, accepting, welcoming, everything I can possibly ask for future in-laws. I've been working from home at their place for the past month on and off because 2 weeks I've been transitioning with my new job. And every single time I go and visit them, they always make all these teas for me. And I love tea because I always talk. So it's important to keep my throat hydrated with ginger tea, chrysanthemum tea, red dates. And without being asked, the mom always pours cups and cups of tea for me. It's just amazing. And they always upgrade the meals with all these seafood like abalone, oyster, mussel, crab, shrimp, mussels, scallop, eel. And it's just so heartwarming to have such a welcoming family. Even though we are clearly lovers and gay, so he will also tell people that I'm her second son, and that means so much to me. Number 7, if you haven't realized, of all these photos in the background, we love road trips. And despite the pandemic and all, we go on little hikes or road trips around GTA once a month during the long weekends to just really hone in and be with ourselves. We also have a lot of couple items, from our headscarves to our sweaters, shirts, t-shirts. Even now we have shoes, coats, bomber, parka, you name it. There's a lot of even Roots sweatpants. We have 2 or 3 of them, and bracelets. It's so much fun. I just want to keep collecting couple items with them. We also have mutual friends from board game group to Topomori family. Shout out. I hear a lot of praises from my friends, and we seem to get along really well, authentically. Now, I have one of his friends that play Plasmophobia together with him. So it's really nice that my friends are his friends and we're pretty close. and shout out to his friends as well for being good supporters of ours. One of his best thing about himself is, of course, again, his temperament. In the last 4 or 5 years that we've dated or have known him, he has hardly ever raised his voice at me. I have, and I apologize to him for being irritated and mad, or dramatic, sad, crying, angry quite easily. But he's totally the opposite, and that's why we work. Like, his temperament is the best, especially like of men, the best I've ever met, and I'm so grateful for that. He's also like very tech savvy, at least compared to me. My phone, my Fitbit, my lovely gimbal that I got for like Valentine's Day, this Logitech camera that you're using this video capture currently are all from him, as well as of this headset. So he makes all these things possible because he invests in technology for me to make it more easier. The list goes on, and the way that he smiles at me, like, look at the photos. He's constantly smiling. It makes him look so much more handsome, and he's almost always present in my life, despite any hardships or ups and downs. When I ask for him, he's always there for me. I remember the hardest time is when I had like a car crash, and also when my father didn't want me to live at home. He was always there for me. So I love you, Leo. The montage is just not enough for all the things I have to say to you. And yeah, it's amazing because I've never met anyone who loved to spend so much time with me. I'm physically attracted to him. I love his broad shoulder. He has such a nice back. What else? There's just so many things. He always works things out with me. He will stay up past midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. if we have a fight or if I'm emotional. He will do that for me, and it's meaningful because he wasn't always the one that texts or communicates the most. I always usually have to take the initiative. But the fact that he will stay up despite how tired he is, just to make sure that I'm doing fine because I have all these roller coasters of emotions, means so much to me. Yes. So I can't wait to have all these domestic, waking up, sleeping in with him, cooking, doing all these house chores, on a day-to-day basis, hopefully sooner the better. And he has always been so accepting of who I am, despite my, rationality. Like, sometimes I'm not the most rational person because I tend to have some kind of, bottled anger or agitation when, like, he repeatedly forgets some things. I could compare him to like a Dory, and the reason why I actually named this 50 First Dates, even though like I have dated him like over 100 and 200 times, like of all these events, right, over 4 or 5 years, is because of his like memory. I will always have to remind him and ask him to take notes. So he reminds me of that Lucy Whitmore character in that movie, or Dory, and he kind of compares like that. But he always makes me feel good, and he has a way of showing me that he loves me with his, quality of time spent, words of affirmation, his physical presence. If nothing else, those three are very, he's really good at that. So yes, he's a great companion. He's not really like there when you want to have a heart-to-heart deep conversation, but he tries. He really tries his best to work things out with you, and he shows his care and affection in different ways, and that's all that really matters. And of course, someone that spends so much time with me, or someone that I date or want to marry, have to be a foodie. So yes, he's a foodie, and we love to eat so much different food, like part of Asia. Like we have Korean, Japanese, Filipino, Vietnamese, Chinese, Indian, Eat Canadian, American, French, Italian, Spanish, Mexican. So we try to eat different food as often as possible, and that's why Toronto is a great city to live in, because we're so much culturally diverse, and we have so much options available to us. So what I'm trying to say is that he makes me feel alive, and all the emotions, all the colors of the rainbow. He makes me feel good inside and out, and he reflects and treasure my cuteness, if I'm cute, maybe, my outer beauty, and my inner beauty. And that's, I'm truly grateful for. He's also an amazing hugger. Cuddler. I love snuggling with him, waking up to him, of course. And of course, this has to be some kind of like chemistry. And I just love looking at him. And if someone is constantly smiling at you and saying all these sweet words like, oh, I love you, sweet panda, like, who doesn't love that kind of positive vibe, right? So I'm blessed and I'm lucky to have a partner and boyfriend, lover, future husband, most likely, that despite it all, despite all my flaws, love me for who I am. So I'm very internally grateful, and sometimes I don't really remember and I don't really treasure everything that you do for me because I could be so heated in the moment. So I'm doing this video where the whole video is just me confessing and expressing my genuine love and appreciation for you. So, Leo, I love you. Happy 50th Monthversary. Je t'aime. 我爱你. Thank you for making me feel secured, loved, stable, cherished, warm, and lucky. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to sign out now before I'm just bawling tears. I had to do this a few times because sometimes I can be an emotional train wreck when I'm very, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I try not to, but it's how I like to be. I like to be as authentic as possible without, too much filter, barriers, or script. So I hope you enjoy that. It's simple and it's from the heart. So thank you so much for your time. And if you haven't noticed, Panda and Lion will be together for always. So I'm looking forward to not just 50 more months with you, but 50 years plus. Thank you. À la prochaine.